warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, hamdan syakirin, hamdan na'imin, hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukafi mazidah. Allahumma sholli ala nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain, amma ba'du. First of all, let's thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us mercies and blessing so that we can join this competition. Secondly, may salawat and salam are always given to our prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness to the brightness, namely Adinul Islam. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. I'm Kania Almaira Anindita, an 8th grader from Muhammadiyah 12 KKB Gresik Junior High School. Today, I want to deliver my speech in the title, Growing Leadership Spirit as Muhammadiyah Future Leader. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think if I said the word leader? Is it a person being bossy, feeling proud about their position, or just leading a group of people? Actually, a leader is not only about having a position, it is about action and example. Being a leader is hard. Let me give you an example, like CEO of a company or leader of a community. They must have the courage to make a decision, must handle many things, and must have power. But is all that enough to become a compatible leader? Currently, we have many problems in our country. Corruption is one of the big problems in our country. Corruption is not a strange word in Indonesia now. There are so many cases about it from people in governmental position or just from famous rich people in Indonesia. Ministers who are caught in corruption case. Even famous business figures that we idolize are also among the corrupt. We don't have to go far. I'll take a simple example from those around me. For example, I was trusted to be the class treasurer. But instead of taking good care of the money, I take the money and pass snacks in the canteen. Simple, but this is one of a corruption case. We need leaders who think about the people's welfare, have integrity, have a war against corruption, and do the other good things. As a leader, they should fulfill society's needs before themselves. Because, as it says in the Quran Surah Al-Baqarah verse 188, وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا أَمْوَالَكُمْ بَيْنَكُمْ بِالْبَاطِلِ, which means, and do not let some of you consume the wealth of others among you. Having power, being able to influence others, and being good at public speaking are elements needed to become a future leader. But we forget the essential characteristics that future Muhammadiyah leaders needed, namely honesty and trustworthiness. We, as Muhammadiyah future leader, are obligated to learn the history of how Muhammadiyah was established so firmly. Who is the figure behind Muhammadiyah? Let's flash back to 1912. Kiai Haji Ahmad Dahlan was willing to sacrifice his life and his property to create an organization called Muhammadiyah. At that time, Muhammadiyah was short of funds, so he couldn't pay its workers. What he did was call all the residents to his house and he sold all of his furniture so that Muhammadiyah's funds will no longer be short. His character is accordance by the surah I mentioned earlier, namely Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 188. Defending Muhammadiyah requires young people who have strong and good character to continue the Muhammadiyah journey. As did our father, Kiai Haji Ahmad Dahlan, isn't easy to do. We need a long process. We, as Muhammadiyah future leader, should develop a good leadership spirit start from now. The things we can do is, first, enriching our knowledge, reading a lot, and have the courage to give your opinion. Because a successful leader needs communication to express and explain ideas. The second one is take part in the Muhammadiyah Student Association program. By joining IPM, you can practice how to work in groups, how to be trustworthy and responsible individuals, and how to influence other people to do good deeds. And the last but not least is strengthening your faith by not neglecting the 5 daily prayers, doing the sunnah prayers, and reciting and studying the Quran. Because the best guide to life is the Quran. And the most important thing now is to instill good character in ourselves and train our leadership based on the Al-Quran and As-Sunnah as the way the Prophet Muhammad SAW. One of Muhammadiyah's goals is awareness of carrying out the mandate as representative of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala on earth, whose task is to create prosperity, security, comfort, and harmony. We, as Muhammadiyah future leader, should encourage ourselves to be a leader inspired by Rasulullah, Kiai Haji Ahmad Dahlan, and other figures who have good integrity. That is the speech that I can share with you all. I hope you all can take a good lesson from what I delivered today. Thank you for listening. Nun wal qalami wa ma yasturun fastabiqul khairat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.